time for the first federal program on WROI Cheyenne FM and streaming live on the First Federal Facebook page.
Yes, indeed, it is a beautiful Friday morning. A little bit of fog out there, so be careful as you're out and about. Take a few extra minutes for some travel time. But it is time for the First Federal program, and we're joined in studio by Todd Van Sickle. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Paul. Thank you. I don't know if beautiful morning describes it well enough. It's going to be a glorious weekend, it looks like.
Yes. Now,
70s, no rain.
I'm not necessarily looking forward to next week. Talking about getting back up into the middle 80s.
Okay. We'll get out and enjoy the weekend. It's going to be a great early fall weekend. Leaves are starting to change colors. Go out to the Optimus Pumpkin Patch this weekend.
Yeah.
Good time to pick up a lot of pumpkins and whatever else they have there.
Visit the booth if you haven't been to their booth yet.
Yeah. I'll be there working on Saturday, so if they're not seeing you in person, stop by.
Might have to just bring the kiddos over.
The Optimus Club does a great job there. We welcome Lacey Pfeiffer, the Potawatomi Wildlife Park. I was practicing her name before we started.
Yes.
Lacey Pfeiffer from the Potawatomi Wildlife Park. We'll be talking to her at the end of the show, so welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Today's the last First Federal Savings Bank Community Appreciation Day.
Yes.
In Plymouth today.
Yes, it's going to be a good day.
11 to 2. Come enjoy lunch from Bob's Food Cafeteria truck.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be shred bins for unwanted documents. We'll have FFSB First Federal Savings Bank giveaways. I think the English language is a problem for me this morning.
It's been that way all week here at the station, so you can blame us for that.
Oh, okay. I'll shed the problem. So also they'll have some games out there to play in the parking lot.
Portable fire pit.
Portable fire pit is the gift that we're giving away. So go up and register for that. That's 11 to 2 in Plymouth today.
All right.
It's the last First Federal Savings Bank Community Appreciation Day of the year. So
yeah.
If you haven't been to any of it, get out there and enjoy that.
I think I'm going to Plymouth today.
Okay. And you got great food from Bob's Cafeteria food truck.
Yes.
The American Red Cross will be hosting a blood drive from 11:30 to 4 on Monday, October 2nd at the Fulton County Library on 7th Street. To schedule an appointment, visit redcrossblood.org, that's all one word, or you can call 800-733-2767. I know there's a national blood shortage now, so
yes.
If you give blood, go out and do that at the Fulton County Library on Monday.
And you get some cookies after you donate blood.
It's true.
You
Cookies and juice, yeah. Trivia today. We don't have trivia about the Potawatomi Wildlife Park, but we have National Park trivia.
Okay.
Maybe, Lacey, you might know this actually.
You can help out at the end of the show if you know the answer. I'll trust you.
Which of these national parks is the largest? A, the Grand Canyon, the Everglades, Death Valley, or Yellowstone?
Okay.
It's not going to be an easy one this time.
No.
It's going to be a guess.
They're all very close in size.
And you can just picture them in your mind.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing sports today. Tanner's going to join us here. A lot of going on in sports.
Always a lot going on in sports. You never know what you're going to get, especially with high school sports going on across the board.
There's some great news about high school sports, Tanner. Why don't you bring us up to date?
Yeah, Rochester High School has two ladies participating in the state golf finals today. Ava Thomas and Olivia Bailey. And I remember when both of these girls, when I was playing high school golf, were very, very young and very little.
Yes.
They've grown up around the golf course. Their fathers, Dan Bailey and Chad Thomas, are two of the better golfers around. Chad's been in the part of the golf program as he used to be the boys and girls coach. Now he's just a girls coach, but for many, many years. And Dan's now helping with the program. And so they've learned from two of the best around, and it's really cool to see these two finally kind of hit their goal.
A great accomplishment getting in the state finals.
Yes, and they are still young, sophomore and junior respectively. So not only do they have this year, they have next year, and then Olivia's got the following year too. So they've had a great season, and hopefully they do really well today. I know they got down there yesterday and played a practice round, so looks like they're really embracing the moments, and good luck to them.
Where do they play at? Indiana, golf course of Indiana?
It used to be the Legends in Franklin.
Franklin, okay. Sorry,
it's either there or the there's a course in Prairie View, I think.
Okay.
It's one of those two. I should know that off the top of my head. I never made it there, so.
Best wishes and best of luck to Olivia and Nathan.
Yes. Hopefully they go low today. Unlike the U.S. Men's Ryder Cup team so far, Europe's kind of putting it on them this morning. So it's pretty ugly for the U.S. over there right now.
So where are they? I tried to turn that on the other day. Where are they at?
It was on. They're in Rome.
Rome, okay.
And it started this morning very early, like 2 o'clock in the morning over here in the States. It was on the USA Network this morning.
Did you get up and watch that?
I did not turn it on. When I got up this morning, I checked my phone to see how it was going.
Okay.
And some of the matches were already done, some were ending, and then the next round was starting. And yeah, Europe is really putting it on the U.S. this morning. So a lot of golf left, but
yeah.
And the U.S. has not won on European soil since '93. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
But going back to high school sports, a lot of high school football games going on tonight. Rochester looks to get back in the win column. Their record is 4-2. They host Northfield tonight, who's 2-4. Tonight is senior night.
Okay.
So if you haven't gone out to Barnhart Field yet, tonight's the perfect time.
Yep.
If you can't make it, you can always tune in right here on WROI and listen to the action live.
Yeah.
Pre-game, same time as always.
6:30.
6:30. Tippecanoe Valley still off to their hot start this year. They're 6-0. They travel down to West Lafayette tonight to take on the 5-1 Red Devils. That's going to be a tough matchup, but it should be a very exciting game.
Yeah, West Lafayette's been a really strong program last year. Tippecanoe Valley's strong also, so
Yeah.
you know, West Lafayette lost a few of their players from last year, but good luck to the Vikings today in West Lafayette.
Yeah, it's
A
fun.
long drive.
Yeah, a long bus ride, but
Yeah.
it'll be a fun experience for them.
Yes.
And Caston and Culver go head-to-head tonight, so both teams looking for their first victory of the season, so one of them is going to come out with that tonight.
Didn't we have the same thing with
That
Preston
was
last week?
Yeah, with Culver. That was Culver and Winamac last
Culver
week.
and Winamac,
Winamac was
alright.
victorious.
All right.
This game is at Caston tonight. And speaking of Winamac, they got their first win of the season last week. They travel to West Central tonight, who is 6-0.
Ooh.
So hopefully the Warriors can pull off the upset there and hand West Central their first loss of the season.
Sometimes you just need that first win, and
To
then you
get
just
the ball
get hot.
rolling,
Yep.
you learn
So-
to win, you get the momentum going, and turn everything around.
Yes.
So.
Fingers crossed for him.
Yep. College football, the big 3 state schools are in action this weekend, all on different channels. Purdue needs to get back in the win column. They're 1-3. They're half-point favorites, as close as you can get with just being a pick'em game. They host Illinois tomorrow, who's 2-2. That game's at 3:30 on Peacock. So
All right.
if you're a Purdue fan and don't have the Peacock app, I recommend you either do the free trial or paying the $5.99 per month or if you're an Indiana fan as well, because I think come basketball season you're going to need it a couple times.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Indiana, they go on the road to Maryland. Maryland's 4-0, Indiana's 2-2. Maryland's a 14.5-point favorite. That game's also at 3:30 on the Big Ten Network.
I think Indiana's like 0 for 10, like fourth down going for it this year.
Yeah, they might want to change up the strategy a little
They
bit.
did last week. They ended up kicking a field goal where they probably should have been
Probably
going
should have
for it.
went for it. But Purdue's not much better on fourth down, so maybe they should both just take the points when they can. I thought it was interesting last week. Indiana wore black, which I know they have in the past, but on the promotional pictures for it, the guy was holding a sledgehammer.
Really?
Yes, I thought that was kind of
Interesting.
missed the mark a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, that maybe I've mentioned this to you before. You know, maybe Indiana and Purdue need to consolidate their football program to be competitive. Maybe that's the first step.
Well, you know, the teams keep stacking up in the Big Ten, and the 4 they're adding next year are pretty strong. So maybe you're on to something there. And lastly, Notre Dame coming off a heartbreaking loss to Ohio State. They're 4-1. They travel to take on number 17 Duke, who is undefeated. This is their football program, not their basketball program. Notre Dame is 5.5-point favorite. That game's tomorrow night, 7:30 ABC, and it is the College Game Day. Is making their first appearance in Durham, North Carolina.
That's the power of Notre Dame. It looks
Yep,
like.
it sure is. So that should be a good game. Pro football, Colts off the nice, surprising 2-1 start. Got a good big win in Baltimore in overtime. And a
Leading
rainy
the
game.
division.
Yeah, leading the division, which I don't think a lot of people pegged them to do.
No.
They host the Rams for 1-2, but the Rams are 1-point favorites.
All right.
That game's at Sunday at 1 o'clock on Fox. And
More
then,
importantly, it's on WROI.
yes,
They're
thank
going to
you.
be out.
Todd's like, I'm not letting Tanner
Yeah.
get any further. We're going to mention
Yep.
this.
Yep. And even if you're watching the game, sync it up
Yeah.
with the Dibberai feed and listen to the Matt Taylor and the
Oh
guys there.
man, Matt Taylor is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Going into extra or overtime last weekend, I would much rather listen to it than watch it.
Yeah. More time than not, you want to listen to your commentators or your favorite team.
Yeah.
So, and then the game that everybody's going to be watching, I'm sure. The 0-3 Bears host the 0-3 Denver Broncos, coming off a humiliating 50-point loss, which they gave up 70 points and over 700 yards. And I could spend the whole time talking about it, but I'm not going to.
But they're favored.
But they're favored by 3 points on the road at Chicago. That game's at 1 o'clock on CBS. So
All right.
something's got to give there unless they find a way to tie. Which these two teams are not putting it out of the realm there. But I will be tuning in because I like misery as a sports fan. So.
See, I just got too used to it. It didn't affect me anymore as a Browns
Well, now
fan.
the Browns are playing well.
I know. And I have not watched more than 30 seconds of a game. So
Well, it sounds like you better not watch anymore because they're winning. So.
yeah, I turned on the Pittsburgh game, and 14 and a half left in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's up. I said, not watching this season.
Not worth. Nope. Well, I got some tidbits here this morning, Paul. On this day, 1916, American oil tycoon John D. Rockefeller became the world's first billionaire.
Yeah.
I should have looked up how many there are. I know there are quite a few billionaires out there in the world now, but
Yeah, that could be a trivia question. sometime.
maybe I'll put that in my back pocket. On this day, 1951, CBS broadcasted the first football game in color.
Oh,
It was
okay.
played between the University of California against the University of Pennsylvania.
All right.
It was played in Philadelphia. On this day, 1996, I bet you remember this day, the Nintendo 64 video game system debuted in the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
It was 3 months after it debuted in Japan.
Yep, that was back when Japan always kind of got the releases
Oh,
a
sure,
little
they did,
earlier
yeah.
than we did.
Yeah. One of the more iconic game systems, still played by a lot of people today.
Oh, yeah. You can get on YouTube and half those gaming channels are still playing the N64.
And even a lot of the video games now are taking the game engines from N64 games because it was one of the more compatible systems out there.
Yes.
It's kind of before its time.
Yes, it was.
And we got a lot of days here today, Paul. Today is German Butterbrat Day.
All right.
It's also International Day of Awareness of Food Loss and Waste.
Yes. It's a long one.
National Coffee Day.
Hey.
Coffee drinker?
Yeah.
Lacey, coffee drinker?
Not.
I'm not either, so 2 against 1 here.
That's all right.
International Happy Goose Day. National Starbucks Day, that kind of goes with coffee.
Yep.
Ask a Stupid Question Day, I do that every day. So.
Me too, don't worry.
Just ask my wife. World Heart Day. Save the Koala Day, which we can all get on board with that, I think.
Yes.
Koalas
I love
are
it.
pretty good looking animals. National Biscotti Day.
Okay.
And Confucius Day.
Confucius say it's his day.
There you go. Well, the Times Theater is showing one movie this weekend. They are showing Lorax tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Good news, it's free admission and free popcorn
Ooh.
for everybody that
Even
attends.
better.
And that is thanks to the city of Rochester Tree Board.
All right.
So,
Shout out to them.
they're doing a great job of putting on movies almost every weekend.
Yes.
And if you're curious of what they're going to be playing, get on their Facebook page.
Yep.
They got an events tab. And it's pretty well documented through the rest of 2023. So you can get on there and see what's coming up and make sure you get to the times. So,
Yes.
playing a lot of good movies over there. Well, First Federal will open today from 8:30 to 5 and tomorrow from 8:30 to noon. If you can't make it into the bank during those hours, don't worry. You can always bank with us online and with our mobile app, which is free to download no matter if you have Android or Apple. Just go to the Google Play Store or the App Store, type in First Federal Savings Bank, look for the white star and the green background, and you're halfway there.
Yeah.
And our ATM is open 24/7 as well if you need some cash. And if you're out and about away from one of our 6 branch locations that has ATMs, don't worry. You can go on MoneyPass.com. We're part of the MoneyPass network. You can look and see what ATM nearby you is part of the MoneyPass network. You can use the ATM. You won't get charged a surcharge fee. So
Yeah.
it's very beneficial.
Very beneficial.
And we still have our 10-month CD special going on at a 5.10% APY. It's a great rate. We've had a lot of people come in the last few months to take advantage of that. So if you haven't already and you're kind of on the fence, I recommend coming on in at any of our locations, and our tellers can help you get one set up.
All right.
And if you're thinking about buying a home, we've got 2 great purchase specials going on through the end of October, through October 31st, 2023. We have a fall purchase special, and that includes for all fixed rate sellable loans. This closed from now through October 31st. Borrowers will receive a lender credit. Borrowers will receive a $750 lender credit for loans of $200,000 and less, and a $1,250 lender credit for loans above $200,000.
All right.
And if you're thinking about building a home, we also have a construction perm special going on right now for our 7/6 adjustable rate mortgage and our 30-year fixed rate programs. Ask one of our experienced mortgage loan originators for more details. If you're in Rochester, Winnemac, that would be Ben Dalton and Stacy Wilson.
Okay.
And we also offer Simply Free checking accounts, Paul, and Simply Free business checking accounts. Meant to bring the gift this morning.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise, I forgot.
You walked in the door and I went, crap.
But
I was going to text you.
But my reminder's not helping me remind either, so.
You know, I was being entertained by other things.
That's fair enough. But right now, when you open up a new checking account, you'll get a free gift, and that gift right now is a cereal storage container. You're right. Words are hard at this, but something's in the air in the studio.
Yes.
Cereal storage container is the free gift you get right now. And if you're not a big cereal eater, you can store dog food in it.
Yeah.
There's other purposes.
They're multi-use.
Yeah, multi-use, pretty good size, well put together. So, and if you're thinking, I already have an account, but I really like one of those, well, I got good news for you. You can always refer a friend.
Yeah.
You can do that in person or online. And when your friend goes in, opens up an account, not only will they get a cereal storage container, you will as well for referring them. So, multiple ways you can get a gift.
Yeah.
We offer commercial lending for businesses. Contact Lending Breeden for more information. His direct line is 574-223-1716. And if you're thinking about retiring or starting to plan for retirement, maybe it's in the future, but you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. Want to check on your 401k or get one established, IRA, those type of things, contact Mark Bluebell or Brian Bell of our Financial Services Department for more information. They can help you out. And we are very active on social media platforms. Please give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or X if you want to call it, and Instagram at FF Banking is our handle on those. Like our LinkedIn page and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which you can see a great archive of the past 3 to 4 years of the First Federal Radio Show, and not only see different guests we've had on, but see the transformation of this beautiful studio.
Yes.
Right here on 8th Street.
Yeah.
We're the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines, and we're FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. And our NMLS number is 399927.
And that makes us
Makes us legal and ready to get into the fun part of our program.
Yes.
Which we're going to do an interview with our special guest, Lacey Pfeiffer, this morning of the Potawatomi Wildlife Park. Morning, Lacey.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it. Lacey, what is your role and title there at the park?
Yeah, I'm the park manager over there. So I get to do the day-to-day operations, and I work closely with our energized board just to plan for our future.
And I'm sure that's a job that you go in every day, and every day's a little different.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Every single day is different.
You gotta love that.
I love it.
That makes for a fun job. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you ended up with your role at the park.
Yeah. I am from Marshall County. I've been around the surrounding counties here. Always wanted to be involved with the community like you guys are here. And I went to school for tourism, convention, event management. I've done a lot in operations over my time with different local businesses. And I was looking for a change of pace of life, something I could serve the community every day and also be outside in nature.
Yeah.
And as I was raising my kids, I wanted to teach them more about nature and also other families. So this just became a great opportunity for me to jump into.
Perfect fit, it sounds
Perfect
like.
fit.
Now, did you grow up with a passion for the outdoors and nature?
Yes.
Okay.
I grew up on a farm.
Okay.
And I always enjoyed going out on adventures. So this is just another way to do that.
That's great. That's great. But where is the park and what is the mission of your park?
Yeah, we're in Tippecanoe, Indiana.
Okay.
So if you're coming from Warsaw and Plymouth, we're in between there, a little south of Bourbon.
Okay.
So not far at all. We're really close to everybody.
Yeah.
And we're a little close to Argus. We got Rochester right below us, Midtown. So everybody can run on over real quick in an evening or maybe a morning hike or something with the dogs. And our whole goal there is just to get the community together out in nature. We want to teach, we want to educate, we want to help with our environment, but we also want to provide just a place for people to get together, go on a hike, learn a new skill. Yeah, a lot to learn out there.
And I'm sure you have people come to the park from all over the state of Indiana.
All over.
Not just Fulton County and Marshall County.
Not just those counties, no. We, which I mentioned earlier in the day, we have Indiana's first dark sky. So we have a lot of people coming out from those bigger cities, Indianapolis, Chicago, South Bend, because we only have one nightlight for the entire 300 acres that we can turn off.
So now explain to all of our listeners and viewers on Facebook out there what the Indiana dark sky is.
Yeah, so our sky, if you look at any night sky, you sometimes see a glow. For example, like the football field, you usually can see lit up, right?
Sure.
So if you're outside trying to see a certain star constellation or planet, that light can actually interfere with that a little bit. So it's just unnecessary light. Great football, but when the football game is done, the school doesn't keep it on all night, right? They turn it back off. So at that time it was useful, but we don't keep it on all night. So out at Potawatomi, we don't have a lot of that interference of light. So we're a great place to come out and stargaze, look at planets. We partner with local astronomical society, and they bring out telescopes that are ginormous, and we get to see different craters on the moon, planets, rings. For me, that was super cool this fall. They usually do it early spring, early fall, and we have 3 days coming up for that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. When are those days?
We have one in October, November, and December. You can find all of those on our website or our social media pages.
Okay. So you guys have a Facebook page?
We do. Facebook, Instagram, and then we also send out a newsletter twice a year. If you're on our newsletter, you'll be getting that soon this week or early next. Otherwise, you can email us and get on that, or we also have it on our website where you can find all the upcoming dates.
Perfect. Can you tell me a little bit about the history of the Potawatomi Wildlife Park?
Yeah, so to give you a quick brief overview, the Potawatomi tribe was actually on our land here. Manak's village was actually found. We had some archaeological digs come through and talk about Manak. You can learn more about that at our visitor center that's opening next weekend. And then after that, a farmer had it, Mr. Romine, and he donated his land to be a community place open to the public for free. And so that's kind of how we got started. And now we've been around for a little over 30 years now, just serving the community.
Great. And visitor center. You said that's open.
Yes.
That sounds pretty exciting.
October 7th is our fall community event. We do one every single month.
Okay.
And this month we have 3 parts to that. The first part, we have a 5K with Marshall County Reading Council. Go check out their Facebook page for how to sign up for that, or just come out that day. After that, we're doing the memorial for Mike and Sharon Steffen. They were the previous park director and coordinator. Both of them have passed away. He did so much at the park. And a lot of people from this community donated to his memorial, which was his dream of expanding our nature center, visitor center. So we're going to be dedicating that on October 7th. You'll get to come in and see all of that. We're really excited. We have a lot of taxidermy pieces on display. We'll be educating on birds, plants in the Potawatomi, and so much more. And then after that, we want you to stay around. We have bands, chili, pumpkins. We'll do wagon rides in the trails. We'll have games. So much happening. It's all over the community for free. Donations are appreciated, though, as they keep helping us support these community events.
Sure. Sounds like a great family event.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a lot of fun. And what is there to do at the park? I know that's kind of an open-ended question because there's probably so many things.
Yeah.
But what are some of the highlights? I guess,
a lot of people love to come hike. We do allow bikes on our path. They have to be electric, not motorized, if that makes sense. But a lot of people love to come do those 2 things. We have a lot of groups that come and do workouts there, like our cross-country teams. I have a football coach that's actually contacted me last week, and he was like, hey, can we do some summer camps out there? Get some conditioning in there I was like, yeah, they might, will get lost a little bit if we don't direct them, so let me help you, you know. So he's going to bring his group out. We also do kayak and canoe rentals out there.
Okay.
So the cool thing about us is you rent the kayak and you get it for the entire day. So you can either just go up and down the stream from us, or we can drop you off 3 miles upstream or 9 miles upstream. The river is a little low right now, so we are not running those at the moment, but come back to us in the spring and summer. We are pretty busy with those. And we're pretty affordable for those. We also have that visitor center where we do field trips. So I've already been in contact with a lot of homeschool groups that love to come out and just do different segments with us from the nature center. There's a lot of bird watching. And then the thing I love the most is our community events. Let's say you don't hike, you don't really enjoy doing that, but like, hey, I want to get in the community, I want to see what's happening. Maybe you're new to the community and you're like, where do I even connect with people? We're where you connect. So come out to Potawatomi every single month, a new event, new theme, new event.
Love it, love it. We're speaking with Lacey Pfeiffer this morning, the park manager at the Potawatomi Wildlife Park. And we've been talking a lot about events, and I got on your website and saw a whole list of upcoming events. Can you speak on some of those upcoming events?
Yeah, so the October one, we mentioned a little bit. Right. The next one after that is November. We're trying something new out this year in November. We're doing a glow-in-the-dark scavenger hunt.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yes, so we will all meet at our new visitor center and shop. We'll get divided out in teams, and you'll be paired up with a guide. Okay. And you and that team then have an hour to race through the park. You'll know a vicinity of where a glow-in-the-dark item is. You have to find it. When you flip it over, it's going to tell you a letter, and you have to put that on your sheet. You want to find all the letters, come back, and you have to decode the code. Whoever does that first wins. Like it. So it's getting you out and active. Also, if you're a little competitive like me, you know, it's a good way to get out there. Also, our park, like we mentioned, that dark sky, it's incredibly cool to be out there at nighttime. So come out and see that. And in December, we are partnering with an Atna Green Church, and we are doing a luminary hike and wagon ride. It's really cool. Last year was our first year to do it. Over 300 people came. We had people waiting in line for a while because we were not expecting that. But you'll get to ride a wagon on some of our trails. You'll get to hike in the dark. We light them up a little bit. We read the Christmas story from the Bible around a bonfire area. We're doing a smaller live nativity scene this year. We're going to make a little wooden ornament with a nativity scene there. And then we serve hot chocolate and cookies. So it's a great night to come out and just enjoy the true reason for the season.
Yeah, awesome. And how do you guys come up with so many of these events? I mean, I know some of it's probably just brainstorming, let's try this, but are a lot of it recurring events that have been popular in the past?
We have done some reoccurrent events, but we're always trying to come up with new. Sure. So in the past year and a half, and previous to us, we are run by a board of people, and those boards our board members are volunteers. Okay. They're incredible, bringing up historical events, bringing in their own passions of what they want to teach people. We have a lot of volunteers that come out. So one of our volunteers is a wildlife photographer, and he wanted to lead a class. So sometimes our events are, a volunteer comes to me and says, hey, I want to teach this, and I need a place to do that. And so we partner with them. We also have an event committee. So we have a committee that meets once a month and is like, we have next month, what are we doing? And we plan that out together.
Perfect. Sounds very organized and efficient.
Yes.
So you got a board that kind of runs everything. Yep. Do you have any other team members or staff members along with you?
Yeah, so I'm a full-time person. We have one part-time person. His name is Chad. Okay. And then we have 2 interns from Triton High School. Cool. They have a really cool program over there where they're trying to get seniors involved in an internship or a job shadow, or they call it CTE programs, every morning. So I have 2 girls from Triton that come from 8 to like 10:45, and they get to bring in their passions. They get to help us with these projects. So that's been cool partnering with them this year. And then obviously our board, we meet every month. We have a group text that's always going. These volunteers are incredible. You don't see them a lot, but they do a ton behind the scenes. And then we have volunteers that come every single week. So I have a retired farmer that he loves to come mow every Monday and Tuesday for me. So he only does the front part, so if you're wanting to mow next summer, we're almost at the end now, you can do the trails for me. We have people that come weed. I have one person that's a retired marketing person. She edits all our newsletters before they go out. So basically, you just email me, say, hey, I want to volunteer. I'm going to ask you what your
Yep.
passions or your strengths are,
Yep.
and we're going to pair it with a need at the park.
Perfect. And so I'm hearing you have a lot of volunteers, but you're not going to turn any away.
We are not turning any
If
away.
anybody
Yes,
wants.
we always have work to be done. I have a few volunteers right now that are trying to encourage others to come. We're working on some firewood so we can heat the buildings during the winter. We have some downed trees. We have some trees that need to come down for forest maintenance. So if that's your skill set, come on out. You don't have to talk to anybody. You can just use a chainsaw. Come on out and help
Just
us.
do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So, lastly, for you, if somebody wants to donate towards the park, where do they do it, or how do they do so?
Yeah, when you're hiking at our trail entrance, we do have a donation box there. We are open 365 days a year, sun up to sundown. And we run completely, almost primarily on donations. And so if you're hiking, we don't require a donation, but we highly encourage if you can. It would help us out. And then also you can go online. We have a place you can donate online, or you can send a check in the mail. We are starting an October campaign to raise $30,000 by the end of December. So if you want to join, we're calling our Joy campaign. If you want to join our Joy campaign, we'd love to have you.
All right, perfect. We've been speaking with Lacey Pfeiffer this morning, park manager at the Potawatomi Wildlife Park. Anything else you'd like to park or plug about the park this morning, or tell everybody?
Yeah, if hiking has never been your thing, you're not even sure how to navigate trails, coming out, we're the perfect place to start. I love moms when they're come out and they're like, we need somewhere to go, but I don't know where to go. And I just want to encourage you, come out to the park. Even if you only make a hike for 5 or 10 minutes, you did it. You did it.
Exactly.
Like, you don't have to hike for 2 or 3 miles. Like, just you start by doing a little bit at a time, and then eventually you might jumpstart and do like these bigger national parks that we talked about earlier in the show. Like, start here, and it'll help you grow your passion.
See, I should have done that. I did my first big hike 2 years ago and went head first into it.
Oh, no.
Looking back, I should have started small and worked my way up.
Always start small.
Always start small.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Live and learn. But, thank you so much, Lacey, for joining us this morning, and it's great to see. You can just hear the passion in your voice, the passion you have for your job at the park. So thank you for everything you do for the park and for the community.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great day, guys.
You too. All right, Paul.
Uh-huh.
Trivia question, and Lacey can help if she wants to with this one, but I'm going to have you go first.
Okay.
Her go second, because
okay.
I know how you work when it comes to these trivia questions.
All right.
But trivia question today is, which of these national parks is the largest? Is it the Grand Canyon, Everglades, Death Valley, or Yellowstone?
C, Death Valley.
Death Valley?
I was gonna do Yellowstone.
Yellowstone? Paul, you were correct.
Oh.
It is Death Valley.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. They're all in the top 15,
Okay.
if that tells you anything.
I'd
They're all
say
pretty
probably in
close.
the top 10, it sounds like.
I think there's one of them that was outside top 10.
Oh,
I think
okay.
the other 3 were. I don't remember.
So 3 out of the 4 are
Yeah,
top
they're
10.
all pretty close close in size. So let's close with some words of wisdom this morning from Terry Irwin, who's an American scientist.
Okay.
She says, if you can reach out, touch, and love, and be with wildlife, you will forever be changed, and you will want to make the world a better place.
Those are great words of wisdom.
I thought so.
Thank you so much, Tanner, for joining us.
Thanks,
and
Paul.
I know you're heading up to Plymouth for Customer
Yes.
Appreciation Day, so careful on your travels.
Thank you.
Remember, there is construction up there.
Appreciate it. Have a good day, everybody.
With those words of wisdom, this has been the First Federal Program.